G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game, spawning in on the southwest side of the map, playing as the Chinese in the colour red, representing Team 3D. It's B. And on the north side of the map, playing in the yellow as the Rus, it's Beasty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third game in this series, and I tell you what, aren't we in for a treat? If you missed the first game of the series, well, I mean, I don't even know what to say. If you missed the second game of the series, my oh my, you gotta go back and watch that. So, spoiler alert, obviously if we're in game 3, that means that Beasty's 1-1, B is 1-1. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final game in this series, game number 3. Both players locking in civilizations with red flags. We've got B on the Chinese, Beasty on the Rus. Both red flags, both names start with B. What kind of build orders have we got out today? Because B, he opens up, taking a little bit of wood off the straggler tree. We can see at the moment he's actually taken 60. How much did he take? 61 off that. But now going to be moving out. So drops down the village. Nice little opening here from him, and puts the village down on the gold vein. I do like this. He's got actually a really good spot for his Imperial Academy right here. Wood line. So probably wood line here, wood line here. You can go kind of up the wood line. Works really nice when you've got your Imperial Academy on the back. So I think he's going to be pretty happy with this. At the same time, it looks like he's gone for a 1 scout opening. Nothing too crazy out from him. Beasty, on the other hand, going to be opening with 1, 2, 3 scouts. Obviously playing the Rus. That's pretty standard. We do see he's on 32 gold a minute already, and has picked up that first tier of bounty. So nice early start here from him. Does he look to go wheelbarrow? He's got the resources for it at the moment. 3 vills on wood. That's an awful lot of vills on wood. What's he doing with all these vills on wood? Is this standard? Why do we have so many villages on wood? And there's the wheelbarrow coming through. You know, I don't actually know what the standard, quote-unquote, the standard build orders are for the Rus, but have a look at this. What? Look, oh, I think Beasty intentionally pulled back there. He spots it. Why? What's his reason? Oh my, oh, this is not good. Is he coming to kill the wolves? Oh, this is so dangerous. You're up against 2 wolves right here. Is he killing the wolves with a villager? Is that the plan here? This is not ever seen before. He pulls the villager to come out and kill the 2 wolves that he knows are out here, because the scout needs to go to the other side of the map to uncover things. Look at that. And then he brings the vill back. 8 health remaining on that villager. I tell you what, that is something I don't think I've ever seen before. A villager heading close to what is that? Like a screen and a half away? To kill 2 wolves, deny 50 bounty from the enemy? That's a pretty smart move, if I say so. Boar coming out. Also, it looks like up towards the north, we've got that, the deer. Imperial Academy going to get placed down. Beautiful little spot that he's got right here. Plenty of space for production. I don't think he's going to be able to get 2... Actually, he might be able to fit 2 barracks in here. Oh gosh, I'd have to do the math. 2, 4... Yeah, I think it's only 5 spaces. So it doesn't quite get the barracks in here, but... that is the consequence of playing China. It's always hard trying to work out the perfect base to build. But we're right on board with Beasty and see how he's doing on the other side of the map. And I'm curious as to whether he's going to be going for the Golden Gate or whether we do see the Kremlin. And it is going to be the Kremlin. We do see the Kremlin again in this series. This is going to be the second Kremlin in this series that we're getting to witness. So gone are the days of the Golden Gate. I was going to say the Golden Age. Well, I mean, we don't see any Abbasid in this game. So there are gone are the days of the Golden Age as well. But let's take a little bit of a look at how B is doing, and I guess we can take time to talk about this matchup and about how this matchup unfolds. Now, neither of these civs are trading civs, so you don't see trade a huge lot out of these guys at all. Late in the game, it might be something that happens, and I think if anything, it's probably more likely coming out from the Rus. Obviously, the Rus have quite a bit of passive gold, but China's got passive gold. I say passive gold; it's not really passive. Okay, I was going to say, where are the villagers building this landmark? The Imperial Official. I mean, it's not really it, but we do have the Barbican now going to be going down as well for B. So looking to secure this, and I love the fact that we can see both of the landmarks coming in. Take a look at that. That is very, very nice. Coming in at the same time. So we're going to be securing up this hunt. It's a good little position that he's got here. I think he'd be cognizant of the fact Beasty could be looking for professional scouts. We don't really see professional scouts coming out from the Rus too much. So maybe just looking to secure this up. When it comes to this matchup and the way that it's played, against the or from the Chinese perspective, like your goal is very simple. You want to get to 2 town centers. You want to get your Song Dynasty up ASAP, and we can see that Song Dynasty is coming through from B. Going with a little bit of an older build order, not sticking it out with something like the Anomi build order, which is known to get that faster town center up, but obviously does secure up the faster Song Dynasty. So I think you'll be happy with that, and we do see the scout spotting that out now. When it comes to the stone feels very far away from that main town center. You can see, yeah, even if you get that mining camp in, it's quite a ways away. So he will be able to secure it up with the Barbican. But let's ride on board over with Beasty as he gets the first of the militia out now, looking to apply pressure. Let's see where are these militia headed. Just to the stealth forest, so nothing too crazy. And of course, a stable going to be opening us up here. So I'm curious what direction Beasty looks to go, whether it's going to be into the castle age, whether it's going to be for more town centers. Because I feel like you probably want to go for more town centers in this situation, but it's hard to know. You know, as a China main, I don't really know what's inside the mind of the Rus. All I know is that China wants to get to 2 TC Song as quickly as possible. So whether B looks to throw a spanner in the works, we actually see Zhuge from B potentially coming out here as he is moving towards the archery range and looking to pick up some upgrades. So we do see things like forestry, not a normal upgrade that you would typically see. And look at this, villagers with their shivs out. Beautiful job by Beasty to draw those villagers away as well. He knows that there's not much life left on these guys, so he's got to either outlast them. But we do see the Zhuge going to be coming out towards this gold vein. Wants to make sure he doesn't lose the Imperial officials. Townsend are going to be helping out a little bit. There's the first of the Zhuge. Good little timing here as well. 6 minutes 20. Not the earliest of Zhuge. And which is something to note. You know, I don't always like to toot my own horn, but when I do, I will toot it against the world's best. First Zhuge coming out at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, mate, what if I told you I've got a build order? I can get your first Zhuge out at like 5 minutes and 25 seconds. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the power of optimization. So I think B's still got a way to go before he optimizes. Base building is very solid though. I'll give him that. Whoa. Okay. All right. Well, first game was Feudal Bonanza. Second game was Feudal War. Third game, it looks to be Feudal something. We haven't decided exactly what it's going to be just yet, but if there's any indication, it is that Beasty is looking to fight it out in Feudal. We've really seen him return to the Feudal Age fighting in this game. And look at Beasty going to be looking to focus down that villager. The one with low health. Looks like B wasn't following the Age of Empires 2 guidelines. If ever you lose, or if ever you get a villager down to low health, like maybe it's been attacking a boar or luring a boar or something like that, you want to make sure that that's the villager that stays closest to the town center or closest to protection. So something like this, over under the gold vein, or over next to the gold vein, just so it can access that village. But yeah, a little bit of a mistake there from B. We'll be taking the first villager loss of the game. And keep in mind, Song Dynasty is going to be pumping out those villagers extra quickly. He's already got a 6 villager lead here. +1 ranged attack going to be coming in. Wheelbarrow going to be coming in. And ranged armor on the other side. So Beasty going to be looking to match the ranged attack with the ranged armor. Keep everything even. Even Stevens. Boar going to be going down out here. We don't know exactly what the bounty is at the moment for Beasty, but I would suspect with this he'd be closing in on that 500 bounty. Where is the other boar? Oh, there it is. So still alive for the moment. So I'd say closing in on the 500 bounty, but not quite there just yet. Tickets, he's up to 3. Needs to be careful not to lose that scout. Does fall back, and the numbers here looking good for him, but still no sign of that second town center. You know, we talked about the prospect of a second town center here from B. He's avoided it completely here, and that might have been a wise decision. You know, had I come into this game, had I been going for a second TC, I probably would have been rolled over by this point. But now we hear those cavalry units going to be looking to try and take a fair bit of damage there. One of the things that's always frustrating about this matchup is playing Zhuge into Knights. The Knights with the extra 1 armor cancel out that extra damage from the Zhuge, and the Zhuge only end up doing a single damage for every bolt that they fire, which works out to be 3 damage. So they're basically just tickling the Knight, considering how much health they've got. You'd need 64 Zhuge to one-shot a Knight. Just so you guys know, that is a lot of Zhuge. That's more than I can afford, at least at the moment. Third archery range coming down. Look at this. We've got ourselves mass Zhuge. Is B just going for like the Zhuge only strategy? If he is, I support this 100%. The problem is if you go for the Zhuge only strategy and your enemy recognizes it, Zhuge are quite slow, and it's difficult to punish your opponent with them. They're not like the Knight. You can't camp on top of villagers or camp on top of production. They die to the town center. So your enemy can go for a very effective mangonel, and 1 mangonel is enough to ruin the day of infinite amounts of Zhuge. So that's always something to be aware of. Over on the other side of the map, though, Beasty going to continue adding in more and more archers. We see he's got 2 in production, continuing to bolster this force. He's picked up ranged armor. He's picked up ranged attack. He's having himself a good day. Keep in mind, he's got the tickets on the backside that he can always fall back on. But looking at those Zhuge numbers, there'd have to be a part of Beasty that goes, actually, that's probably not good, because up to 28 Zhuge now, I mean, we talked about it before, that magic number is 64. You get to 64 Zhuge and you can start one-shotting early knights. That's when the knights almost become irrelevant. But going to start pushing out once he crosses the threshold of 32. So now you're talking about 2-shotting a knight, and that's where it starts to get seriously dangerous. Obviously, 1-shotting is a whole different ball game, but Beasty behind this is going to still keep adding in units. And now all of a sudden, I'm getting a little bit worried for Beasty. Hold on a minute, you made B angry here. He's not going 2 TCs anymore. No, sorry, Bob. He's going to be sticking to the 1 TC up towards the north, though. Look at Beasty. Oh, he's investing heavily in his economy. He's playing 1 TC, but I'm loving this from Beasty. Look at this. Hunting cabin, hunting cabin, hunting cabin. Glorious hunting cabins. Being plastered around the edges of the map. It's got the option to just keep on moving on up. Up to 41 Zhuge. There's no sign that these Zhuge are going to be stopping. And I love the fact he's doing... What if I told you in the game, the deciding game, that there would be a Chinese player making only Zhuge against a knight civ in the feudal age? Would you believe me? I wouldn't believe me. That is crazy. That is unheard of. But here we see B literally going 100% Zhuge. Not a single spearman, not a single barracks, only Zhuge against knights. And now Beasty's recognizing that and being like, wait a minute. Hold on a second. There's no spearman here. And all of a sudden, maybe, potentially, the tables get turned. What happens when one of the world's best players decides to do the Zhuge only strategy? The Zhuge only challenge? I'd be tempted right now to bring up villagers as B, just so I can start walling. You don't underestimate the power of walls. You bring up 5 villagers, draw a wall in front here, and now all of a sudden your knights can't attack here. Draw another wall across here, and now all of a sudden you're able to funnel them in. Prop a gate up over on this side. Now you can come through in and out. Makes your Zhuge much easier to manage. But look at this, we've got ourselves a timing. It's the militia timing coming in. Beasty looking to try and collapse on his enemy. We're going to enter into the cinematic mode because it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for a fight. It's like a schoolyard bully putting somebody in the corner and saying, hey, it's time for us to fight, and the Zhuge going to get caught off guard here. Definitely seems like that the numbers were not nearly enough, and all the Zhuge going the wrong way. I think he was trying to right-click there on a knight, and he missed out. He's lost a lot of units here, and Beasty going to be very happy with this position, using those militia to try and bolster up the forces that he's got. And more Zhuge going to be coming in. Huge reinforcements are coming around, looking to try and take this fight. The consequence of getting out of position, he's moved towards the enemy base. He thought he might have been going to Castle Age. He was wrong. He was just looking to invest even more heavily in cavalry. Slowly but steadily making his way back towards the base, trying to find cover underneath that town center, underneath that Barbican. And now he's going to be able to get assistance from them. And there's the town center firing down. And still this Zhuge mass is absolutely massive. This is crazy how many Zhuge we've got here. Looks like the militia are going to be diving into the town center. Remember, these guys are going to be going the way of the dodo as soon as their timer finishes. So that's going to be imminently. And so B just realizes that. He looks to just fight against them. They're not doing a whole bunch of damage here. 11 seconds to go, and they do finally go down. 48 Zhuge still up against the 46 archers of his enemy. Villagers idled out for a couple of seconds here. 8 villager advantage, but remember, Beasty does have those hunting cabins working in his favor at the moment, sitting on about 2,100 income a minute compared to his opponent, who's also sitting on 2,100 income a minute. So pretty even Stevens up until this point. I tell you what, getting caught out of position like that can hurt, but he managed to find a way back in, and looks like he's going to be able to pick up a couple of cavalry units here. Not something that you would expect, and he does actually begin approaching that critical mass. And look at the boar going to go down here. Not even a chance. Sorry, mate. Betty the boar goes down. Actually, does the boar have a name? Have we given the boar a name? You know, like, T90's villagers get names. So I feel like we should be naming the boar, but what's a good name for a boar? I mean, you can give it like Boris the boar, but I don't know if that's really a boar kind of name. And look at the damage that's getting done right now. Just looking to take out these hunting cabins on the edge. We do hear knights looking to attack. He's going to be going after the Imperial officials. Obviously, the Imperial officials are more expensive, but remember, they're very easy to replace. It's not like you're killing villagers, which are only trainable from the town center. You can just replace the Imperial officials in the Imperial Academy very easily. So it's kind of like, yeah, you're hitting more resources, but at the same time, you're not doing as much future economy damage that you could be doing. Now we've got ourselves a little bit of a push through. Knights on the front side together with a couple of horsemen here. Let's see exactly how he plays it, because the archer numbers are pretty big. And once again, from B, I feel like he may have overextended on this north side. He doesn't have a lot of the Chukunu that he probably should have. Where are they? There's 8 over here. There's 23 over here. Another 22. He's making his way towards it. Got 69 Chukunu in the bag at the moment. Great number. A very nice number. And still, the Chukunu only challenge. I love, has B saved this strategy up until this point in the tournament? Is it genuinely possible that you can actually go 100% Chukunu? Is this how busted the unit is? You know, it's very rare that I use the term overpowered. If you go have a look through my history on the videos, you search for overpowered, I think over the course of maybe 1,000 videos, I may have thrown out overpowered like 5 or 6 times. It's rare. And I know that we talk about like new metas or crazy or insane or stuff like this, but there's a question that needs to be begged right now. Is the Chukunu overpowered? Because this is getting a little bit scary. 87 Chukunu. He's making only Chukunu. Nothing else but Chukunu. I can't stop saying it. Dude, he makes me want to be a China main again. I'm getting tears in my eyes. It's look how many units there are. Beasty, what are you going to do? How are you going to act when you got 48 million Chukunu in your base? He just keeps looking for attacks on the other side. Does he even maybe think about making some spears back here to potentially deal with the raids that are coming in? Maybe some walls. We enter into the cinematic mode. Beasty looks like he wants to start the dance, but there are so many Chukunu here. Look at them go. There's so many of them. Calls out the militia. He tries to dish out some damage with them or soak some damage on the front line, and now those horsemen are going to be fighting the surround. He's going to be able to one-shot through these knights. It's crazy how much damage he's able to do here. It looks like his attack moving. Just focus down those knights. Don't worry about it. The numbers here looking crazy from B, but at the same time, it looks like Beasty's able to keep up with him. Look at the archer mass that he's got here, able to take out. He's actually doing pretty well. He's managed to thin the numbers. Hold on a minute. What the hell is going on here? I got excited about the number of Chukunus that were out on the battlefield, and all of a sudden, it looks like they've just committed to fighting up against the archers, but he's completely outnumbered here. This is ludicrous amounts of archers coming out from Beasty. Just when I got so excited about the prospect of Chukunu-only strategies potentially working, maybe a spearman or 2 from B could have actually been the play. We'll bring back in the UI. Let's see exactly how these guys are doing at the moment. Because B, he's up 6 villagers. He's lost a few workers, let's say that much. But we've got ourselves reinforcements. B's up to 31, but Beasty on the other side, 58 archers, and the military mass all of a sudden goes in favor of Beasty. He's looking a lot better, and now I think he finds a window here. Not that he needs a window to go to castle, but he's definitely got one. If he wanted to, he could easily do it here. Farms now also going to be coming in from B. You never want to be taking those farms too early as China. Farm transition is always one of those things that's a bit more tough to do, but now Chukunu going to be firing up against the archers on the backside. Cavalry going to be coming through here. He's worked down the numbers enough, only on 34 at the moment. Still trying to fend these off. He's going 100% Chukunu. This is absolutely wild to me, but it's just not working. It's not working. Beasty looks like he might be able to win. It's in a position here where Beasty... I mean, B has just thrown out the craziest strategy in this game. Who would have thought that you would see 100% Chukunu coming out? He's still looking to try and capitalize on it as well. 7 Chukunu in queue at the moment. Look at the amount of archery ranges that we've got here. 9 archery ranges. He's still holding. He's still holding for the moment. Still, the villager count is fine. The only issue that he's got is that his enemy's now got a window to go castle. That's the main issue. And once you go castle, the Mangonel is easily able to close out the game. Obviously, you've also got access to things like veterancy on the knight, but then the thing is you're already doing the minimum amount of damage to those knights. So, I mean, you get things like Boyar's Fortitude, a little bit more health on the knights, but at the end of the day, like the real game changer is going to be a Mangonel. But Beasty says, you know what, Drongo? I don't need Mangonels. The only siege I need, baby, it's the ram. And the first of the rams begin rolling in. Beasty thinks he's bought enough space now to begin adjusting, begin adding in additional siege. The first ram going to start making its way towards the base of B. He's sitting on 26 Chukunu at the moment. The gold is non-existent. And look at this. Look at this. Beasty down on the corner underneath B's base. Let's ride on board with Beasty, see how he's doing. I tell you what an absolute game from him. He's looking incredible at the moment. The ram dance comes in. 73 military production. And has B stalled out? It kind of looks like B's economy has stalled out a little bit here. We did see he had idols for a bit, so maybe just moving villagers around. Yeah, moving villas around. That's exactly it. Look at this. We've got militia coming in, looking to hit the gold on the south side. There's no outpost here, no tower, no walls, no nothing to protect this. Second battering ram doing a little bit of a dance. enjoying itself, and the archer numbers keep on building. 58 archers at the moment, 6 knights. Is it going to be enough? And now these villagers moving in. Look at this, we got more villagers down here. Has it... All of the food here has been completely exhausted. Militia going to look to come in. How much longer have they got left on their lives? 28 seconds, more than enough to kill some villagers. You're going to have to run for it, mate. And now more villagers under threat. That 2 TC that we talked about, tell you what, it would have well and truly paid off by now, but I don't think you would have survived until now. Zhuge now going to be coming down and looking to deal with these militia. Remember, these militia aren't free, but they're definitely very cheap. Knight coming in onto the gold vein. We do see textiles is through, so it's going to take a few more hits than normal. And now that military mass is going to be moving in. Zhuge numbers aren't the thickest. 24. We enter into the cinematic mode as Beasty decides it's time to push the Barbican. The Barbican is under threat, under siege right now. Steven Seagal, we've mentioned him earlier in a video this week, but you know, I just can't get that scene with the cake out of my head. You guys will know what I'm talking about. That's it. That's probably the reason we keep going back and watching that movie. At least for me as a teenager, that's probably a little bit too much personal information I've just shared with you guys. Apologies. We move forward though. Look, you know, we're good friends. We're good friends. We can talk about it. It's fine. It's not a problem. But Zhuge numbers here. I mean, he's got the production. That's what matters. He's got really decent production in here. Where are the spears though? That's the question. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good Zhuge only strategy. Is it worth pulling out in a Golden League 2 in a knockout match? In I think what are the semi-finals? I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. I feel like maybe a spearman or two could have gone a long way here. Barbican does go down. Still putting some pressure on the south side. We can see knights down here. Villagers working overtime trying to collect this gold. He hasn't found a window to go castle yet, and as a consequence, there's nothing that he can really do to hold this. I mean, you would think that Zhuge would be able to hold against this, with the exception of maybe the knights. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case. And now B going to be left with his hand just kind of dangling there. And now looking to try and produce more and more units. Beasty up on 69 archers compared to his opponent on 31, and he's just losing more. Once he gets into the wood line, it's pretty much good game. Those archers are going to be going down, or rather those villagers are going to be going down at the same time, working towards the gold vein. I think this might be good game, ladies and gentlemen. Once the gold vills are off, you're no longer collecting gold, and look at this. It is just obliteration. The Zhuge only strategy in a grand, or in a semi-final of a $70,000 tournament. At least I think it's $70,000. I'd have to double check my numbers here. It's Golden League 2. It's a big one. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off. And the answer is, unfortunately, not that well. Archers are slowly and steadily making their decline, but it looks like he's going to get through to the backside. 20 workers taken out so far this game. Hits an Imperial official. It does count as a worker. And now going to look to focus down the workers, but hold on a minute. He's not one-shotting, and the Zhuge are going to be able to clean them up. And not as much damage as I thought would be done. Don't dare tell me the Beast stays in this game. I mean, he's only on 66 vills compared to 68. Like, the worlds are still similar when it comes to economy. But Beasty looks like he might be going castle. This is an absolute... These games are insane. I genuinely can't believe the quality of games that are coming out of Golden League right now. These are crazy games. If you are not watching these games, what is wrong with you? You got to go. You get yourself over there. Check it out. EGC TV. I mean, I don't want to plug it when we're in the middle of a game, but you guys, I mean, this is ludicrous stuff. 23 minutes into this game, no sign of a castle age even coming through from either of these guys. Beasty was stacking up 1,200 food, but he said, actually, Drongo, I'm going to spend it. I'm going to make some horsemen. And now we head back to the mass Zhuge strategy. 25 Zhuge. It's not going to be enough, at least not for this. 26 archers though, nine knights. That's a fair amount of knights. Definitely more than you can deal with 25 Zhuge. And this looks like good game. Yeah, good game does get called. Absolute insane game. Beastyqt going to be moving through to the next round. 3DB going to get knocked out, but what an absolute game coming in. Zhuge only done by one of the world's best.